the first day of school.
Mm-hmm.
And on the first day, we kind of did like normal um school things. Went through your guys' classes, and at the end, you guys were in the library when you heard the sound of someone crying, I think.
Crying or screaming, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Yes.
crying outside. I know Morgan went to go look to see what it was, and you guys witnessed your guys' first haunting event, which was a shadowy figure running down the hallway and the lights going all black, and then when they come back on, you see the number 444 written all over the wall. But before we return back to the scene, I want to ask you guys one question about your character.
Ugh.
Don't say that. I told you this was coming.
Ugh.
Because we are at the beginning of the year, I have to ask the mandatory question of what your character did over summer vacation.
Just say something about Caleb. I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be nice. They comment about him. Should I go first, or
Whoever wants to go first.
All right.
Or alternatively, I can ask an easier question.
No, it's a good question. I'm just like, what do I want to say?
I mean, like usual, I probably just hung out with my crew every day.
Over the
Sounds about
summer,
right.
my first instinct was to just off rip say, I don't know, she died.
And what'd you do last summer? I died.
Sorry, that was.
If this is a question that was asked in class, she would obviously not say that out loud.
Right. I mean, I will let you decide that if you want it to be asked in class or if you want to answer it as, like, I don't want to say meta, but like, I don't know what I'm trying
Just
to.
the more you know.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Both. Fun fact, she died, probably. Real fact. Painted depressing pictures.
That's a mood, though.
I feel like she's trying to emulate her old style, and then she just starts painting some uncanny shit. Like she can't quite get the happiness in there. But anyway,
Damn. All right. What about Penelope and Morgan?
Basically, I just hung around the library for a little while. That's not what she did. I don't know what you really expect a nerd to do during the summer break.
I don't know. It's up to you. You could have went on a vacation. I don't know. Could have been like Bethany and went to I don't know, someplace and get white girl braids.
Oh, and then that fake skin tan too.
Yeah, why not?
Oh no, Penelope did not get that fake spray tan. That is
No.
Bethany thing. Yeah. I'm just gonna say the library thing, to be honest.
Okay.
Or summer job at the library. There we go.
Morgan probably went to like a summer debate camp. So I'm trying so hard. I'm sorry. And during the moments where they're probably alone, they watched a lot of like Price is Right and stuff.
Holy shit.
Amazing.
Amazing. All right. And with that, we return back to the scene immediately after you guys return to the library after witnessing the first haunting event. What are you guys doing? How are you guys reacting?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. So we're gonna just go ahead and return to our opening scene where we're all back in the library now. Basically, how are you guys reacting and like what are you guys doing at this point? After witnessing what you guys just saw last time.
I think Kathy's slowly coming out of a breakdown. You know, calming herself down, trying to stop the grounding techniques. Trying to listen back into what everyone else is saying.
And then what about Penelope and Caleb?
I thought I stayed in the library when all that happened.
I know you went out at the very end after Sebastian told you what was happening. So I don't think you saw like the light bulbs go out, but you saw like the writing on the wall at least. And I think after you saw it, you went back into the library. I'm trying to remember. I did not take good notes of what happened at the end.
You're fine. Let's get Penelope. From what I remember, she saw the writing on the wall and everything. And I think I also like tried like looking at the blood, inspecting
You
it.
did.
Mm-hmm. Then I think that's when I went into the library. So yeah, she's kind of sitting there in the library wondering what's going on.
Do we know that you're a vampire? I forgot.
I don't think so.
I think
Yeah.
one person might have an idea.
Is that me because I have a string on her?
I don't remember.
Where's my character sheet?
No, that's right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Wait, hold on, because
I mean, I have 2 strings on you.
why do you have 2 strings?
Because he saved Penelope's life. Actually, no, that does actually make a lot of sense.
Okay.
He does, yeah. He does know that Penelope's a vampire because something with silver, and she almost touched silver, and she smacked the book out of
That's right.
her hands. Mm-hmm.
I love that on this character sheet there's a little notes section. So I mean, if I know, I mean, I guess as we returned back into the library, I would ask Penelope if, you know, if she got any information or if she could tell what that was on the walls.
What did Penelope look? Was it like pretty much animal blood, or was it just human?
I don't think I ever said what kind of blood it was. I did tell you that it was old,
Old blood. Gotcha. Okay.
but you probably would tell that it was human blood.
Okay. Pretty much, I saw old blood and it's human. It's really weird.
Well, at least we know it's not recent. At least we won't find a dead body somewhere. Also, sorry for the puppy growls and crying. They want attention.
There's just like a dog outside the window of the library.
I was like, she's literally right next to me on a chair and under my feet. Sorry, now that we're doing this, I was like actually taking notes on like why I have strings on people. So I can remember. Threatened by Morgan.
Yeah, I always write why I have a string on. Well, currently I only have 3 strings, and they're all on the same person.
Are they really?
I have 7.
Yeah.
But 5 of them are my, 4 of them are my posse.
Mm-hmm.
So really I have 3 strings and it's on 2 people.
Alright, and do you guys want to do anything else in the library? Are you guys just gonna dip the fuck out?
Well, are we gonna? I would think we would just finish our student council meeting and then dip.
Alright.
I think Kathy hearing like the mention that someone else saw what she saw would kind of unintentionally just be like, y'all saw that too? And kind of just like whisper to herself like, okay, I'm not crazy.
That is very valid. For the student council meeting, is there anything specific you would like to do this year? Or do you want it to just kind of like be a simple meeting? We can come up with that later.
Yeah, simple meeting. Like this was the very first one, like just getting back to school, like everybody touching base.
Yeah.
Because I forgot who wanted to do the meeting.
I think it was Sebastian. I think
it was somebody else, but he went through Sebastian because weren't we going to use this for Sebastian to mention the PARTY?
Yeah.
To people.
Oh god, I really should have.
And I forgot who's in the library. Like, is Bethany here? I think so.
Bethany, yeah, Bethany and Chad were in there, but they were making out in the corner. They did not see anything that went down.
We need a library screen, and then we could just have icons or pictures for people so we know who's in that area when something happens, because I'm forgetting so much.
It's been 2 weeks, and I did not take good notes because I should be better, and I'll be better
Okay,
next time.
well, again, that was a 0.5 session, so it
Yeah.
wasn't too much of a big deal, but so it was definitely me, Penelope, Sebastian, Kathy, Morgan.
I remember specifically someone was like making out in the corner. I feel like it
Yeah,
must have been Bethany.
Yeah, that was Chad and
Bethany and-
Bethany.
And Chad Deuces.
Chad. I'm also checking the class notes. Yeah, I think that's it.
But I think the only people that went out to the hallway were Morgan, Kathy, Penelope, and Sebastian, with Caleb coming out a little bit later.
Yeah, I think Sebastian and Penelope were the first two to go out. I like came out right at the tail end.
Mm-hmm.
My nose is running. Lovely.
Same.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess that would just be the end of the meeting then, if we were all just there to freaking say, hey, what's up?
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you guys want to do anything else while you guys are in the library?
Is there anything that looks off about the library?
Not from what you can see. Looks pretty normal.
Okay. For me, I'm good. Looks like.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to assume that Morgan is also good.
I don't know if Morgan's back yet.
I don't know either, but
Sorry, I just sat back down.
you're good.
Yeah, I mean Morgan's probably gonna piece the fuck out.
I do not blame them.
Yeah. Like they had like a shadow demon thing like pass through them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they probably don't know if this is something that actually happens regularly. It doesn't seem like anyone else is freaking out either, so Morgan's probably
You
just
guys
gonna
really
walk
aren't.
out of there.
Well, I mean Kathy, but that's not
Oh.
unusual for her.
Yeah.
Probably the most unsettling thing is the spray tan on the walls.
Oh, that's that's right. I
Tan.
forgot.
I took awful notes, but I wrote that down.
Thank
So-
you. That is a beautiful thing to note down. All right, so you guys leave the library. What do you guys get up to on your first night of your school day? I don't know. That does not make sense.
The first day of school.
Yeah, like after your first day of school, what do you guys get up to?
Do they give homework on the first day of school?
Some people do, but they're usually assholes. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say you might have had an introduction to an assignment, but it's not due immediately.
Sick. No. What was
I'm
the
presuming we're. Go ahead.
what was the party that was being talked about? Like that's not tonight, right?
No, it's the upcoming weekend,
Okay.
and it is currently Monday.
I presume we're all heading out of school now.
Unless you want to do something in the school, then.
No, I think after that, Kathy would be like, "It's time to leave." Actually, although she's freaked out, she's a little worried. This thing sounds so strange, but I know we were talking about like there are other ghosts in the town.
Mm-hmm.
Can she like low key try and find one that isn't like a totally creepy looking one? And like try to be like, yo, is something up? Some weird shit happened at the school.
Yeah, you can definitely explore around. Where do you
Like who's haunting this
right
bitch?
get the ghosty? Where would you try to look?
That's a great question. Let me look at the map real quick.
Oh, I can bring you guys to the beautiful map that I made.
I'm literally just on all the T page
Yeah,
of the
there's-
Discord. I'm looking at the people.
If you don't want to get blinded, there's that.
Like the best like after school thing, maybe you could be like the mall or something.
You can.
Cassie would kind of go to like I know there's like a school library. Is there like a town library?
Yeah.
I
It's
think we discussed that.
yep. It's
Her dad works
called
there.
yeah. It's called the Holy Scholars Library. It's Oh God, I did not say where it was. In my all the tea, do I have it on the map? I do have it on the map. I just didn't write it down. It's kind of towards the southeast end of town, kind of near the lumber mill. So you can definitely go there if you wanted to. Might be a little bit of a walk, but it'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
All right, and then as you are walking there, is Penelope doing anything specific at the mall?
She's kind of just like chilling, or like at the food court, kind of like eating, grabbing a snack or something.
Ooh, what kind of snack are you grabbing? Gonna get...
Honestly, cheese fries.
I gotta...
I don't know if first that came to my mind.
Watch where you're going, fat ass.
Thank you.
literally me. Every time my dog bumps into me, I yell at her, "Watch where you're going, fat ass."
Maybe hold on, let me think of something healthier, like a fruit bowl.
A fruit bowl and cheese fries. Bet.
No.
At the mall.
At the mall.
They just have this store that sells fruit bowls and like.
So you're gonna
First thing-
go to a slightly rundown mall to get a fruit bowl.
I don't know. Something that came to my mind.
All right. The fruit is definitely not the freshest it's ever been, but it's edible.
Every time she takes a bite, she goes. "Huh."
I will say, as you're at the mall, you just notice that there's like a lot of like older people there. All right, and then what is Caleb doing?
We, and by we I mean the posse, are we're probably like chilling at the cafe, and then after that, gonna go to the bookstore.
Okay. And because for character development, what do you order at the cafe?
Well, is this like a Starbucks?
We'll say it's like a Starbucks, but like not by
I'll get
name.
some kind of like iced tea lemonade because I don't drink coffee.
Okay. And then what is Morgan doing?
So I think Morgan probably has like a really shitty after school job.
Oh, where at though?
Like a really shitty mom and pop store. Kind of like a bootleg TJ Maxx.
Yes.
And like the owner is like a really there's a word that I'm forgetting. Forgetful person. Senile.
Oh. So would the store, I don't think that would be in the mall, would it? It would probably be like outside. Like its
It
own
would
little.
probably be in like
At the strip mall.
like a strip, yeah. Like next to a dentist office.
Oh yes. Okay, so I'll say that's probably
You
like
need
close
something?
by to the mall, but like not in it. Just for situational and location wise.
And I know you. Oh, go ahead.
So there's always like a mall, and then like a block or two away, there's like always like a little store, a Mexican restaurant,
Yes.
yeah, doctor's office,
That's just my mall.
and then like one store that always like cycles through. Like a store opens and then it closes after a few months.
Oh, a Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of which, you do see that they're opening up across the street. They're getting ready to open.
Never be too early.
And then, what kind of position does Morgan have there? Are they like stocking, working the cash register, or I have no idea what else there is. Manager.
Definitely not a manager. Probably like I used to work, like that was my first job, one of those places. So like they're probably a cashier, but then like the only customers that they have are like 70-year-old women. So in their downtime, they're just like restocking and like folding towels
Okay.
and stuff.
I will say, yeah, you definitely get like an older couple coming in. And I think they're gonna try to buy something like a little bit fancier looking, but like obviously it's not like the best. It's probably like a weird, like off, like that weird shade of yellow that's like a kind of like a armpit stain, but also like kind of not colored dress. And I'll say like a pastel pink sun hat. Like one of those really big ones with like the big brims.
Not like a Kentucky.
She's going to the
Derby.
Kentucky Derby.
Yes.
Yeah.
We all have the same visual. Yeah. Dope. Good for them.
Right.
Although all you say that, and all I can see in my head is Roger from American Dad with that giant sun hat on, and that's what I'm picturing is this old
literally
little lady in that hat.
All right, let me actually pull up. Do I still have it? Or did I delete it? Because I found some stinky AI references for locations, but I don't have them open. That sucks for me. So for going back to Kathy now, you finally make your way to the library. It's like this giant, I would say if you're familiar with Art Deco, God, what architecture? Jesus. My brain could not think of the word architecture for half a second. But it's kind of like that, where it's all like geometrical and like kind of like a square building. And on the front, it has like giant, it's like a giant staircase going up to it. It looks pretty fancy, I would say. And it is currently open. So my question for you is, are you going to go inside to look for ghosts, or are you going to stay on the outside?
Inside.
All right, so when you go inside, there's currently like one librarian there and like a handful of smaller children who look like they're there, just kind of like vibing out in the kids section, trying to like find something to read for like a school project or something. I will say that there's 2 stories to this building, and it's pretty easy. Like you don't need like any special access to get to the 2nd floor. You can just kind of go up there. But when you walk in, and like by the front door, there's like the librarian's desk, and there's currently like one person working there. She's just kind of checking in some books, not really paying you any mind.
I feel like there has to be like an older part to this library, or like the part where like all the dusty ass books are, where
Yeah.
Cafe's just gonna assume there's some ghosts at.
So that would definitely be like on the 2nd floor, towards like the left-hand side of the building.
Okay.
All right, and then are you doing anything to like bring out a ghost, or are you gonna try to see if there's one just like kind of hanging out?
That's a great question. Did we establish if Kathy knows ghosts on site? I don't think so.
I don't,
And this,
unless it's like very obvious. Like I'm kind of thinking like Sixth Sense, where like sometimes it's pretty obvious that that's a ghost because you can kind of tell how they died. If that makes sense without me getting like super graphic.
mm,
But then there's like other ones that it's kind of hard to tell.
are there like any tables near this section? And is it like pretty empty right now?
There would probably be like maybe like some smaller tables towards like the I don't want to say like back wall. Excuse me, but like towards like the side wall, not overlooking the um not towards like the center, but towards the exterior, if that makes sense.
I feel like we should initially kind of just look around for anybody. And if nobody's there, she's kind of just like low-key whispering to ghosts. Like, hey, is anybody here? Ghosties? And if all else fails, she's gonna go sit down and do one of those like paper like yes no things. Like, is there any ghosts here with a pencil?
All right. So when you first try to whisper, you don't really get a response. You feel a cold breeze kind of brush up against your shoulder, but was that a ghost or was that the AC? It's kind of hard to tell. And then if you continue on to go sit down and do like the yes no thing.
Yes.
All right. So when you get your first question, like what are you using? Are you using like a pencil for the pointer, or are you using something different?
Pencil.
Okay. After you ask if there are any or if there's a ghost there, it kind of slowly pushes over towards yes, but it's kind of like hesitant to answer, if that makes sense.
Instead of speaking, can she kind of just write, I'm one too? If that helps. Verbatim.
Yeah, you
Like
can.
what I just said. And then say, are you willing to speak with me?
The pencil pushes over towards yes.
For lack of a better phrase, can you kind of like look around to see if it spawns?
If it spawns. um yeah, when you do that, sitting across from you, you see a younger looking woman who, oh god, how would, I don't know how to describe it, but I'm gonna say like old timey clothes, kind of like Victorian-esque outfit, where it has like the kind of like corseted vibe with like the, is it called a petty jacket? Let me look. Let me look at Victorian dresses. No, it's a little too much, but fuck it, we'll go with it. Um okay, here we go. So like see across from you see like a woman with like a kind of like Victorian-esque dress on with like really poofy shoulders, a high collar that kind of like dips, that's like buttoned up, and then like a vest over it that kind of like dips down into like a V shape. And she has like a hat on that's kind of like tilted off to the side with like a little feather into it. You really can't tell what any of the colors are. She's a little bit more transparent.
Kathy's gonna look around for a moment, kind of eyeing the scene, trying to make sure no one else is around to hear her whisper. She's probably a little shocked to see, like, this old of a ghost here, maybe. Maybe she's more used to town ghosts, I don't know. The normies and, the town square.
Yeah.
But she's gonna lean in and whisper, do you have any information about, like, anybody doing bad haunting stuff lately? Some weird stuff happened at the private school.
So she stops for a moment, and she kind of, you can see that she looks up towards like a clock in on the wall, and then she turns back to you and nods and says, things happen every couple years. Funny how history always repeats itself. Always at the same time, same place, and nobody ever learns. It's just beginning, just so you know.
Sorry, I was just taking notes.
You're good.
Kathy's kind of looking shocked. She eyes the clock too to see if it's still the appropriate time.
Oh, it is. And it's still moving like normal. It's not like in the hallway.
When she eyes the ghost again, she's kind of unsure how long the ghost is going to be willing to speak with her from this cryptic ass answer. So she's gonna be very like, my name is Kathy. Thank you for speaking with me. What's your name? Trying to like ease the conversation a little forward.
She responds and says, let me make sure I have this right. Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Gwen.
Kathy, being like the teenager she is, no thought, head empty, kind of like immediately responds, Gwen the ghost. Just because she likes. You know what I mean? That it. She kind of gets embarrassed and like shakes her head, and then she's just like, so this has happened before. And she kind of like writes the 444 number on the paper.
Oh, you write. Wait, do you write it as like a straight number or like the time?
The time.
Oh. Oh no. So she looks down at this writing, and you can just feel the air around you shift. Like at first it was kind of like warm and welcoming, now it's just ice cold. And in a snap instance, you see your paper just fly across the room and she disappears.
Bullshit. Does the paper like can't you retrieve the paper, or has it just gone into nowhere?
So I'm kind of like imagining like this library has like an open center that has like a railing that kind of divides, but I guess like there's like a guardrail. That's what I'm trying to think of. Oh my god, the 4 hours of sleep is really hitting. There's like a guardrail, and that kind of looks over onto the first floor. The paper flew through the railing but land on the first floor, so you can get it, but it just requires you to move downstairs.
Oh, she's embarrassed. It flew away. For unvalid reasons. She's not gonna retrieve it.
Okay.
But she is gonna do like a. Like, she's in the library, but I don't. You said there's like one librarian, so I don't think her dad's working that day. So she's gonna like do the good old ask the internet and see if she can like Google a Gwen in relation to the town.
Okay. I mean, after a Google search, you do find a lot, but are you looking, like, what specifically are you searching up? Like, what are the keywords? Or is it just Gwen from, God, what is this town called?
She would probably call it.
It's Moonbourne.
Is it Moon?
Yeah, it is. I forgot.
Moon's. No. I keep wanting to say it's Blackwell Academy, like from Life is Strange.
Oh my god.
She probably go based on the clothing. So either like she would definitely research like when was the Victorian period, and then put in like Gwen time frame, you know.
I don't even know if the US was around in the Victorian period. I'm just gonna say that. But for narrative purposes, that'll get you something.
Gwen old, historic maybe she'd put in there.
Okay. So you do find something.
Founding.
It's not like the first answer that you find. It might be like on the second page. You'll go to the second page.
Mm-hmm.
But you do find a person named Gwendolyn McHiggins. And
I think that's written down somewhere.
It
so I'm not
is.
gonna ask for the spelling.
It's in all the tea.
Because she doesn't know how many Gwens are out there. She's freaked out.
Yeah, there's a lot, but this one I would say piques your interest more because it has to do specifically with the library that you're in right now. Because you would learn that she had the town's library commissioned back when it was first founded, and there is a specific wing dedicated to her. And the more you think about it, that's where you were just now when you talked to her.
She definitely has like an aha moment. But I think like also being of like a traumatized ghost individual, she wouldn't push to talk to her again that day.
Valid.
But she's definitely worried.
All right. And is there anything else you would want to do in the... Oh god, what did I just name that place? The Holy Scholars Library.
Oh no. She's out of there.
All right.
In Kathy's mind, they're gonna yell at her for the paper flying.
As
She's
you
like
leave,
trying to escape.
you know what? Just because for funsies, as you leave, you do see that one of the small children finds it and picks it up, but then just like puts it back down or just like throws it to one of
Makes
their
a paper
friends.
airplane.
Yeah.
Kathy's gonna cringe, but just leave anyway. Not my problem. Not my circus. Not my monkeys.
Yep. Alright, I need to quickly read something. So, is anyone wanting to do anything specific on their night? As I read something.
You said about these people, right?
These people, which people?
The people at the mall are what do they like? Are they any type of like skin or they humans?
They look human. There's not gonna be like a random ass werewolf walking around if that's what you're asking.
No shit, but like
There's just like an elder werewolf just shopping at Hot Topic.
I mean, do we have a general understanding that there's a typically large amount of supernatural creatures in this town?
I wouldn't say large, but there are some.
More than usual. It's not like just one or two, but there's
Yeah.
multiple. Okay.
Would it be reasonable to assume, like, maybe like it's of their own kind that they know of?
Yeah, you can definitely
Or maybe
tell.
so like Kathy's like, okay, so there's ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some other stuff, we don't know. Anything's possible now.
Yeah. I mean, would Penelope try to find like someone else, like another vampire or something completely different?
I was just curious to see what these people are, but it doesn't seem very. I mean, I guess I could. Is there anyone around her?
Not in the food court, but if you were to step outside, you can probably find some middle-aged couple at like fucking Bath and Body Works or some shit like that.
What's your favorite type of soap? I'm kidding. Honestly, I was just gonna exit.
Okay.
Mhm.
As you leave, is Penelope the kind of person that like, keeps her phone on vibrate or has like a ringtone on?
It's on vibrate.
Okay. You feel your phone vibrate.
I pick it up and take a look at it.
All right. You get a text from an unknown number.
I thought you were gonna continue. I take a look at that message.
Um. So it reads. Let me make sure I get this right. Okay, so it reads, did you get the note I left you?
She looks confused and she texts the strange number back. What now? Are you sure you have the right number?
It takes a second. Takes a second for them to respond. And I say, I'm pretty sure I do.
Who is this?
You can call me a close friend.
Is there a specific name of a person that you're trying to text?
This is.
She's looking.
Go ahead.
Before.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say she looks nervous and she just doesn't know what to do. She's like biting her fingernails at this point.
Um. You. All right, so you get one last response. Just simply asking, this is Penelope, right?
I text them back, yes.
Right. You get one more response that says, good, see you around.
Could the note be somewhere in her like pocket maybe, or is it something?
I mean, I was going based off your backstory, so I don't know what you did with that note.
Oh yeah, it's in her pocket. I think like a whole nother note. My bad.
No.
He would kind of like raise an eyebrow and kind of like continue walking back home.
Okay. I will say you kind of feel this weird sensation that you're being watched the entire time as you walk home.
And this feeling being watched is the same feeling I've had before,
Mm-hmm.
or is this another? She's walking home. She's kind of like looking behind her back, make sure there's no one by there, and just kind of like takes a deep breath and like, there's no one following me. I'm gonna continue going home. And
All right. And then is Caleb or Morgan doing anything as we end the night?
No, just probably separating from the crew. Nothing special. Probably dropping them all off at home because I was the one driving and then headed home.
All right.
Morgan probably worked like a few hours and then probably read and put to sleep. I don't think they did anything special either.
Also valid. All right, let me. Okay, so morning comes. Do you guys do anything special, or do you guys just go do your normal morning routine and go straight to school?
for me, it's morning routine that helps as well.
Okay.
I probably wake up a little early and work out in the morning, shower, and then I'm not gonna eat anything because I'll pick up the crew on the way to school and we'll stop at the cafe for like breakfast and for drinks and stuff.
Okay.
Is it Kathy? Like, I don't know if ghosts sleep.
It's up to you.
Either way. Yeah, maybe she can meditate it out for like 4 hours and then agonize over whatever's going on the other time before school. I feel like Kathy is like, I feel like I should do something about this. Because she's like, I don't want people to be hurt by nobody. This is a little sketchy. That was a little no of. She's just gonna presume it's a ghost. I don't know if she's right. She's aware that other people saw it that were in the library.
Yeah.
she's like debating reaching out to somebody and being like, "Hey, so can we talk?" That was weird, right? So she's like low-key stalking profiles on a social media platform. Like, do I message them? Hey, this is Kathy. You probably don't know me, but
I mean, aren't Kathy and Penelope at least acquainted with each other?
that's where I was gonna go with this. That you would probably end up on the decision of like, I'm unsure if they would have each other's numbers. That might be up to Penelope. If not, she would definitely like write it down on a piece of paper and be like, "Hey, can we talk about yesterday?" And just leave it on her desk. Or give it to her, like on her desk, then immediately leave and not talk about it in person yet. As she does.
Even though you guys have homeroom together.
Oh yeah, she'll get in, she leaves the note with her, like, "Oh, hey, message me. Maybe we can talk about that sometime." Definitely not write down anything about it. She's scared about that now. And like proceed to anxiously hurry toward her desk. That's the plan.
All right.
She's not at school yet.
All right. And does Morgan do anything special in the morning?
Morgan probably had a very awkward, silent breakfast with their parents, and then went to school.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
And then like stared at the clock until it was the exact moment to walk into the classroom.
Oh no. So you're just standing out there. Like, I assume that you kind of get there like a little, like maybe like a minute or two early, and you just stand there for like a minute or two.
Yeah, because like when does school start? It's been so long. I'm so old.
I would.
Like at
I'm also
time of
so
morning.
old. I'm just gonna say 8 a.m. That sounds like a
Yeah,
solid start
like
time.
their understanding is that like class starts at 8 a.m. So they don't
Yeah.
show up
You don't show
a
up early, but
moment
you don't show up
too
late.
soon. Yeah, precisely when they mean to, just like Gandalf.
All right, and that is a good question though. If Penelope has Kathy's number, because I don't know
He
that
does.
information.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that leaves Kathy with the decision: are you gonna leave a note, or are you gonna send a text, or not do
Oh,
anything?
that's not for me. Send her a text back. Be like, oh, I remember you, but it's just been a while since I last saw you. I've seen you around passing, but didn't really get your name. Because she thought her name was Cassie at first.
Oh no.
Yeah. That makes sense. Hold on,
Is
silent.
she gonna call her Cassie?
For now, and then you can like, what's I gonna say? You can like, correct her. Be like, oh my bad, I thought I heard Cassie or whatever. So, okay.
She would. So I feel like her initial message was definitely like, "Hey, I don't know if you remember me, it's Kathy. Can we kind of talk about the other day? That was kind of weird, right?" And then you'd respond, and then Kathy would be like, I feel like it would be like 5 minutes, and then Kathy would finally respond because she was too busy being anxious
Oh,
over
no.
whether or not to correct you. And she's like, "Oh, it happens all the time, but my name's actually Kathy." I know it sounds really similar.
Sorry, I must have got Cassie and Kathy mixed up. I do apologize.
Oh, it's no worries. Thumbs up emoji. Would it be? I think Cassie would then kind of be like, "Can we talk in person sometime to discuss the incident?"
Of course. Cafe after school?
Sure, she'll say, and then she'll just say, another thumbs up emoji. She's anxious. She's
Not, or do you prefer some more private?
maybe more private for this conversation.
Okay. My house. I'll send you where my address once school ends, or you can come walk with me. You can back up my room or something.
I think I can't even like remember the last time she's been in someone else's house that wasn't a cousin or family member. So she's just gonna be like, haha, okay, I'll walk with you.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, and I would say it was at that point that the bell for homeroom would ring.
Mhm.
You know, because this is supposed to be a little bit more dramatic, I'm gonna spice up some drama a little bit. As a few minutes pass, you guys hear a loud smack coming from the hallway.
Sorry.
A loud smack.
Yeah.
Like, does it sound like fighting?
Um, yeah, it definitely sounds like someone just got the shit slapped out of them.
I feel like Kathy initially hears a loud noise in a school and immediately is like, oh god, we gotta barricade the doors.
Oh no.
But realizes it's probably someone fighting and kind of just like looks around to see if anyone else is gonna go watch.
Is anyone missing in the class?
Oh, 100%. There's two people missing.
It's Bethany and Deuces.
It's 100% Bethany and Deuces.
Is the door to the classroom open?
I mean, it's probably like cracked.
Like, can I, like, if I like kind of lean forward and look out
Yeah.
the door, can I see anything?
Oh yeah, you can see so you see the aftermath of what happens, and you see Bethany storming off, and then like a I don't want to say disgruntled, I don't know if that's the right word, disoriented Chad just like kind of rubbing his cheek, and everybody can hear this. Everybody hears Bethany saying, like, "Oh my god, you can't just like accidentally make out with someone. You that doesn't happen. You just don't like fall on their lips. That's like not a thing that happens, Chad. Like, oh my god." And then
I'm
she just
gonna-
storms in.
And then she what?
She storms in, but you first.
Oh, comes into the room.
Yep.
Okay. I was gonna say I pull out my phone, and because I'm student body president, I essentially have like everybody's number. So for everybody in the room, I will do a group text with all of them, excluding Bethany and Chad, and I'd be like, "Lovers quarrel number 1 for the new school year." Text that to them.
All right, does anybody respond to that group text?
I just put a laughing emoji.
Like reacts to the message with 100%.
Sorry, I just read our group chat. Continue on.
We have a group chat?
No, in our Discord.
Oh.
Do you actually? Hold on, does Morgan do that or was that a joke?
It was a joke. It's so...
You could totally do it as she walks into the room, just start slow clap.
Because I can see it happening and that'd be so silly. But also, I think Morgan has some, I don't want to say some situational awareness. That's like a bad way to phrase that. Has situational awareness to know that was not a clapping noise.
I think the temptation was probably there,
Yeah.
as I am tempted, but no. Honestly, I think Morgan would just reply with like a thumbs up emoji.
Ooh, I'm gonna add another text to it and be like, does anyone know who Chen made out with? With a question mark.
Just reply with like the off limits emoji, the red circle with the slash through it as like my no. I don't.
Mm.
Does anyone in the class look nervous?
I don't know, would anyone in the class look nervous? I'm gonna take that as a no. So no one in this
I don't
room.
know. My only NPC got slapped. I don't know.
Alright, so then a couple more minutes go by, and then Chad finally enters the room, being 25 minutes late instead of his normal 30. I would say he's being a little over dramatic and has like an ice pack on his cheek. Alright. Does anyone want to do anything during a homeroom?
Not as I could think of at the moment. Just kind of. Are we kind of sitting there for now? We're just kind of listening to the lecture.
Wait, you're listening to what?
Are we listening to the lecture, or are we just kind of just sitting there?
Oh, this is homeroom, so I
Oh,
don't really
gotcha.
think there's like any lectures.
But yeah, Penelope just has book out and reading.
Is she reading 50 Shades of Grey?
Yes, and she's like almost done with it. She's
Oh
like,
my god.
she is darker on an Amazon order right now.
No.
Get shipped to the bookstore.
No, you're not having it shipped to the bookstore. Alright, yeah, fuck it. Your
Does the
phone
bookstore
ding.
even check ID? Does the bookstore even check ID?
I mean,
Oh,
Like in the GameStop, they're like, hey, you gotta be 18 plus to pick this up.
I don't. Do people really do that for bookstores?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so, but it would be funny.
I've never tried to order smut from a bookstore.
Neither have I.
I've read Game of Thrones when I was 16, so they never really asked me for one.
Let me
Fair enough.
just do a quick Google search. Do bookstores check ID?
Just getting the plastic covered manga at the bookstore.
I mean, you technically can, but I'm gonna say with this bookstore, they're not really gonna care much about it,
Oh, at least the kids are reading.
right?
It's just literature, they're fine.
But yeah, you get like a little notification on your phone saying that your book will be delivered to the bookstore today.
Perfect. Make it even better. She has like a bookmark that's like a feather. It's like a purple feather.
God, actually, here's a fun question for you. Why did you have it delivered to the bookstore, not your house?
Because you're able to order books from, well, yeah, there is Amazon, but like she's kind of got it from the bookstore.
Okay.
So,
I didn't know if there was like some, like, I'm just gonna hide this book from my parents sort of deal.
oh no, they don't care that she reads that.
God, alright.
Not discreet packaging, Josh.
I feel like discreet packaging is usually just like a trash bag.
Yeah.
For Penelope.
Alright, so homeroom comes to an end. Oh. Have you guys thought about what kind of classes your characters would take? Besides, I have a couple. But anything outside of the speech class, painting, and computer programming?
College literature.
College literature. Oh my god. All right.
Sounds like a very Penelope thing.
It's a class just devoted entirely to 50 Shades.
Shut up. I'm gonna fight you.
You just made the 50 Shades Club where you just talk about that book.
I feel like Kathy would be taking, all the mandatory stuff as for like. She'd be in like honors English or like literature or something. Because she actually likes that.
Mm-hmm.
What year are we again? We're third year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I had to think about that.
Because if they were seniors, like half of Morgan's classes would be like study halls. That was my senior year. I think Morgan's probably like one of those students where like teachers openly talk about them, like, oh, if they just applied themselves, they would be in AP English.
Yeah.
Oh, not AP classes.
I was going somewhere with that, and I completely forgot.
I was just thinking back to my AP World History class. Oh my god.
Well, that was my experience. Teachers would just like talk about me in front of me to each other.
My teachers were like, she doesn't speak.
Oh my god, you're Cappy.
God.
Anyway,
What is it?
I think the classes you mentioned, and then like the normal history, English, math. I think that's. I don't think there are any more classes.
Okay.
Unless you want like a specific science or math
If
or
you want
language
to.
class. I feel like Kathy's definitely taking like the mandatory like 2 years of a language class and that's it. So probably not in junior year. I feel like Kathy's both in like a painting class and like a drawing class if that's separate.
Okay. So you're in painting 3 and like drawing 3 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Cool. And what about
Kathy's
Caleb?
a fucking nerd.
God.
Caleb's in like all the AP classes. He's one of those people who like overachiever, so AP classes ahead of his class. So like I'm already taking, because we're juniors, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm already taking like a couple senior classes to the point where I'll probably graduate early. So he's that type of person.
Okay. Oh, who do I want to pick on? Actually, because Penelope... Oh, never mind, I lied. So Caleb, during one...
Yourself.
What? No. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. All right. During one, I would say like during like your algebra class, you feel a cold breeze on your back.
Okay. I would probably brush it off and just think that it was like the AC kicking on or something.
Okay. Okay. And then shortly thereafter, to your right, you start hearing the sound of someone or something tapping on the desk, but there's no one beside you. And it kind of sounds like, I want to say like a long fingernail tapping on a desk, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Again, we'll just kind of like brush it off, be like, oh, I feel like it's coming from over here. I hear it over here, but it's probably just like echoing from somebody else.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, you You feel a piece of paper just slide onto your desk, and it's currently folded up.
Ooh, Inky Ghost. Kidding. I'll take the note, or I'll take the paper and I'll open it up.
All right, and it says, written in like a kind of like a red ink, from what you can tell. It just simply asks, "Can you see me?" And then it has like various number 4s written everywhere. And as you look over it, you notice that the lights above you start to flicker a little bit.
Am I supposed to look anywhere specific for this figure?
I mean, it did come from your right side.
Yeah, I mean, but I looked there, I didn't see anybody,
No.
so. I don't know what else I'd do then
All right.
after.
What do you do with the note?
I would probably just fold it up and put it in my pocket.
Okay. And it's at that point that the bell rings, ending the class for the day. Ooh. Are you the first to leave, or are you the last to leave the classroom after a bell rings?
Is this like the last class of the day? Do I have another class after this? Because if I have another class after this, I'm probably the first to leave. But if it's the last class of the day, like I probably take my time a little bit more, and I might not be the last, but damn near like almost the last.
I would say it's like the period like before your lunch period. It's like we're going into lunch period now. Does that make sense?
Probably the first, just so I can go meet up with the crew.
Okay. Each of the doors in the school kind of have like a very small glass window. And as you leave, out of the corner of your eye, you do see like a really tall, shadowy figure behind you. Like, kind of standing like behind you. And the pendant, like the limbs of this creature are just like very, very thin and very elongated in like an inhuman way.
I see that as I'm leaving, or do I see it like in the reflection of the window?
You see it in the reflection
on
of
the
the window
door?
as you're going to leave.
Okay. I would turn around and, my head over my shoulder and see if I actually saw what I saw.
All right. When you turn your head, you don't see anything there, but you do feel the same cold breeze blowing down your back again.
And at this point, am I like the only one in the room?
I mean, everyone else is getting up to leave. I kind of like envision that you're kind of standing by the front door, if not in the door frame.
Okay, I'll kind of hold back and let everybody leave. And then when I'm the only one in the room, I'll kind of like just stand there in silence for a minute to see, like, did I really see that, hear that, feel that kind of stuff.
as you're the last one in the room, which pocket did you put that note in?
Front right.
Okay. You feel that area start to burn, like someone's brought like a lighter to your skin.
Hands are on fire. I will just reach in and quickly pull out the note and kind of like throw it on the desk in front of me.
Okay. As you pull it out, you see like burn marks starting to appear on it, and then as you throw it onto the desk, it just like in the hit movie Paranormal Activity when the Ouija board starts to catch on fire, the note catches on fire and burns up.
Wow, why do I not remember these things?
Wow. That was like the most vivid scene of that entire movie for me.
I mean, I also haven't seen it since probably it came out, or, you know, just slightly thereafter. Okay. I mean, I guess at that point, I'll just... On fire. Is it like, just kind of like, poof, go up in flames and then like, fizzle out? Or is it like, I leave it unattended, it's gonna start a fire?
Oh, it'll fizzle out.
Okay. I guess at that point I would probably just, once it has gone out, like, carry on and go about my day.
Okay. Oh, damn, you're just gonna leave the ashes on the desk. I just realized that. Anyways.
I mean, there's a cleaning crew for the school, is there not? There's a
Yeah.
janitor that'll come by and clean that shit up.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Why's it gotta be me?
I don't know, you're the one who threw the threw the letter on the table.
I'm not the one who lit it on fire.
He's got a point.
I mean, you're not wrong, but also...
If this was real as I leave the room, I'd be like, whatever bitch started that fire, you better clean up after yourself. But, you know.
Alright, let me see. So, I'll say during that time, Kathy, you get a little visitor.
Yeah.
What class would you be in before your lunch period?
That's a great question. I don't know why I can't make a decision right now. I'll go drawing for you.
Okay. And would you guys, oh my god, what are they called? Like those kind of like easel chair thingies.
Easel chairs?
Yeah, if you go to like any like figure drawing class, there's like a, oh my god, what are they called? They're like a stool that's attached to an easel. I think they're called horsey easels or something like that.
Horsey easels? I know what you're talking about though.
Oh, it's called an
Like
art
the little easel
horse.
chair.
Or an easel chair, yeah. I think that's what they're called. But yeah, it's basically
Right.
like a stool that's attached to an easel, so you can like sit down while you're doing either
Okay.
like life drawings or still lifes. Wow, I really just
I know.
pulled out some art college lore there. um so I would imagine that in like drawing 3 you guys have like those stools set out and you guys are practicing probably like a still life of some like fruit. I know it seems like a little basic, but it's like a fruit and like a little statue. And you're
It's
most
day 2 of school.
yeah. And you're mostly focusing on um different color lighting and how that plays into effect on how shading works, basically. Um and you get a familiar voice whispering in your ear again. And you immediately recognize this as Gwendolyn from the library. And she says, I apologize for yesterday. I would like to meet again and speak about the things that you asked about.
Kathy freezes and then just kind of slowly nods her head in a yes. Trying to be casual.
All right, as you nod yes, would you be sitting facing the door, to the side of the door, or completely have your back towards it?
Well, in my head, her back was facing the door.
Okay, that's fine. As you nod your head yes, you hear the faintest sound of the door cracking open and then cracking closed again.
She gulps.
Gonna skip over to Penelope, and you feel your phone vibrate again.
Yeah, then I pick it up.
It's the same number from the night before.
Mhm.
Asking if they noticed anything different yet.
She would text him or them. What do you mean, feel different? I feel fine.
You do not get a response.
Okay. She put her phone back in her pocket and just looks confused. So I just realized, do our skirts have pockets, or is it just more just like we
I
have
mean,
to?
you can. It's up to you guys.
You can. Yeah.
You know what? No, they are gonna have pockets because I'm gonna advocate for that.
Thank
Everything
Hey,
should have
women.
pockets.
Women should also be able to wear pants if they want to.
They can. Anybody can.
you.
Even the guys can wear skirts if they wanted to.
Yeah.
right, and then Morgan. What class would you be in right now before lunch period?
Oh god. Probably the computer one. Is it programming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
All right, so you get a message from one of the people on the. You were in journalism, right?
Yes.
Okay. Or, sorry, the newspaper.
Right, yeah.
Same thing.
Newspaper yearbook. Yep.
You get a message from one of the people on the newspaper team asking if you're not too busy, would you mind taking my article?
You said this is like a text message?
I would say that this is. We're gonna get real crazy with the school rules here.
It's an IM.
It is an IM. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh yeah.
It's an AOL IM.
Yes. Fucking AIM, instant messenger.
Just that very specific sound just came
Yep.
to mind.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I got to go on AIM when I was in computer class in high school because you just kind of kept it hidden.
Yeah.
So Morgan's gonna message back, like, remind me what your article is again.
You get a response saying it's about the Great Berries and how their anniversary is coming up when they founded the town. I already got swamped with AP literature homework, AP French, and then I don't know if AP French is a thing, but we're just gonna say it's a thing.
Fancy French.
Fancy French, and then I have a geometry exam in next week already. And we did not come up with the whoever runs the newspaper club, but insert that name here is saying that I need to do the article by Monday.
It's currently Tuesday, right?
Yep.
Morgan's just gonna reply back with the single letter K.
Is it uppercase or lowercase?
Lowercase.
Oh no. You'll get a response saying thank you ?
Thumbs up emoji. Morgan has no idea what the fuck the Great Berries are,
I mean,
so they're kind of panicking.
you can do a quick Google search.
Yeah. Morgan's gonna spend the rest of the class Googling Great Berries.
All right. Yeah, you would just find out that they are the founding family of the town. And they have a pretty big estate towards the outskirts, but it has since been abandoned after the last family member moved out, like about 10 years ago.
Sick. I think they were probably Googling fruit for the first 5 minutes.
No.
I swear, I heard grapeberry, so I was like, "What's a grapeberry?"
I think I said 3 different things, but whatever she's supposed to be researching is what they're doing. I'm half here. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm also half here.
I asked Sammy to give me her notes after we're done because I'm not gonna remember.
I'm on like page 3 just for tonight, so
Oh my
you're welcome.
god.
Word for word transcript of this.
Wait, how did you get
Sammy's our
3?
son.
Maybe.
How did you get 3 pages of notes? I feel like we haven't done anything.
I write in bullet points and not complete sentences.
Okay, but how did you get 3 pages?
Sammy also drew like court drawings.
Okay, you need to post this Word document or whatever it is in the Discord so we can see
So
what
I
you're
can
taking
see.
notes on.
I believe it. I've been in campaigns with Sammy
Same.
before. She takes insane notes.
She does.
Let me link the document.
No wonder the VTM one, she's so quiet. Constantly taking notes.
Alright, as you post that, because I do want to see, Morgan, you do get another message from somebody. You don't recognize the username though.
Okay. We're gonna look.
In
Click on
all,
the tab or whatever.
yeah. So in all lowercase, you just get the message hi.
Matching the case, Morgan's gonna type back hi.
So I would say that you can kind of get like an indication of like someone typing, then stopping, then typing again, then stopping.
Yep, classic.
They, excuse me, then you get a message asking, OMG, did you hear that? And you didn't hear anything out of the ordinary, by the way.
Again, lowercase. Morgan's gonna type back, OMG, no. And then a question mark. Just a single question mark in a separate I am.
You get a question mark in response, and then a couple seconds later, you get another message saying, oops, my bad, wrong person.
Morgan's gonna type back a fun fact about the great berries.
All right. You don't get a response to that.
Just a,
They don't even
They
open
blocked.
it. Yeah, they blocked you.
blocked me. Morgan's just in a constant state of confusion, so I don't think they think
That-
much of it.
That is so relatable, though. All right. If you guys want to, we can fast forward to the end of the day, unless you guys want to do something during the school day.
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Sam, I'm good.
Morgan is also good, I think.
Oh my god. You really do have all the fucking notes.
And dated.
And dated. Alright, so what are you guys doing as the last spell of the day rings?
I'd probably just, go to my locker, make sure I got everything I need, and then head out to the parking lot and wait at my car for the rest of the crew to come along.
All right.
Morgan probably stayed behind or like moved to the library or something and started like writing a rough draft of the article. But at this point in time, it probably reads like Greatberry fan fiction.
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay, but like what kind of fan fiction though? Like what would be the tags of this fan fiction?
And they were roommates? Question mark.
I will say during your research, you would find that oh my god, what's her name? Elizabeth, who is the head of the family, and Gwendolyn McHiggins were quote unquote friends for a long time and did live together.
So like angst, romance, enemies to lovers.
Enemies to lovers is wild, and I love it. Now I want to know how to
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Sorry, go on. I
Okay.
have nothing. I don't know why I'm talking.
you're good. I was just saying, Penelope was just kind of waiting by the exit doors for Kathy.
Oh yeah, Kathy is heading outside.
Hmm?
Kathy would be heading outside to meet.
Okay. I thought you said Kathy already left. I was like, oh, never mind.
Damn.
Kathy misunderstood the directions and went to the cafe anyway.
No.
Oh damn. Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
That'd be
Oh, we
funny.
could.
Imagine. All right, so what do you guys do? Penelope and Kathy.
So we're at the cafe. Or are we at the
You guys are at the school.
house? At the school. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna
Is there
walk
anybody else around?
I mean, there's probably people leaving, but
Mm-mm.
it's getting vacant.
I feel like Kathy would kind of like pull you by the sleeve to the side and kind of like walk kind of away from some other students so we won't be heard. If that's okay.
No, that's totally fine.
And she's gonna be real awkward. And she's gonna be like, so you like know how I'm like, and she like kind of like makes hand motions that don't make sense.
I don't understand the emotions. I'm sorry. What are you trying to say?
She like points to herself and then does the like murder neck motion.
Mm. Yes. Yeah. What about it?
She's gonna like say, okay, so someone like me kind of like spoke to me during school today. And she wants to meet. Would you be willing to also meet with her at the library? I don't.
Most definitely.
What did you say?
I said most definitely.
Kathy nods her head anxiously, like wringing her hands, fidgeting.
Are you okay?
Okay. Because like I kind of like asked her if there's like a ghost kind of like haunting the school or something. You know the usual, and you can tell Kathy's just really awkward in general. Just isn't used to talking to people her own age.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
And after what we like saw, I was like, is anybody like doing that? And it got really cryptic and creepy. So like, I know we were supposed to meet up, and I don't know if she like meant today to meet up, but like we could go there and see
Oh,
and
yeah, for
discuss
sure.
there anyway. Kathy nods, and then kind of like waits for you to make the next move.
Is there a certain time we're supposed to meet up with her, or?
I didn't really get the details. I was in drawing class, and she wasn't seeable at the time, so I don't really like talking to them when they're not seeable, and people think I'm crazy.
Fair. Okay, that's fine. I just have a book order that just came out today, but we can head over to the library quick.
I forgot the map. Is that something we could pick up on the way there?
I think they're on the opposite ends. Yeah, they're on the
Yeah.
opposite ends. Actually, no,
That's
hold
fine.
on.
Hmm?
I'm gonna take you all to the bright ass map. I'm so sorry.
Ooh. Okay.
So, like, y'all could go down there, ignore spacing because it doesn't. So, yeah, it'd be like a long walk, but you guys can do it.
Kathy will be like, well, I mean, it's ghost time. We could pick up the book on the way there. Take the scenic route.
Yeah, perfect. Nice way of getting to know
Whatever ghost time means.
you.
What else do the dead guts do? Go to school? Apparently.
I mean, never. We're not gonna go there.
I would say she was not actually saying that out loud. That was Sammy.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
But that would be funny if Kathy just point that out.
All right, so do you guys talk about anything? Like, you guys walk down to the bookstore, or do you guys just like walk in silence?
No, we'll talk if you want to talk.
What do you guys talk about?
So you said there was someone. I'm sorry. Can you repeat what you said? Why are you meeting this ghost?
So, like how we saw like the stuff on the walls and like the numbers and like the lights went whoo.
Yeah.
The ghost just kind of implying that something bad is happening, I think.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's like another ghost doing this, but like I think she wants to actually speak about it this time. Because last time I may have implied it and like wrote down the numbers on a piece of paper and she like freaked out and left. Kathy rambles.
Sam, you think she'll be okay seeing me with you, or I'm kind of just be there in the corner, kind of watching?
I didn't think this through. But you could always just kind of like be around, or.
Perfect
I can
idea.
always clarify you're a friend.
That's true.
Well, we'll find out. You can tell Kathy's like clearly sweating now, just nervous.
Mhm. There's no need to be nervous. I understand new people, but I doesn't sound like this person's threatening at all. Maybe she can help us understand why the lights went out like that.
Yeah, she's kind of like an older ghost too. She said her name was Gwen.
Interesting.
I think she's like that famous Gwendolyn from the town. But I could be wrong. We were in the Gwendolyn wing of the library when I spoke to her.
Interesting.
Since Kathy's getting anxious, she'll kind of low-key change the subject, like, so how's school?
It's going well. How's your classes going? My classes are doing just fine, pretty easy.
Yeah, same. Drawing's going okay. Trying to, like, regain my happy passion for it, I guess.
That's good. It's always nice to distract yourself with something you like.
Yeah.
So I'll say at this point you do arrive at Novelbound, the used bookstore. I'm assuming you guys go in and get get the dark-sided book.
Mm-hmm.
It does not come in discreet packaging, by the way. I'm just gonna point that out
No,
there.
I know. It's all good.
It is clear what you bought.
I can imagine it being in like a brown like wrapping though, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Like a paper bag,
it
almost
is.
texture. Yeah.
Do you do anything while you're there, or you just like picking up the book and leaving?
Just pick up the book and leave me.
Okay.
Mhm.
So now you have 50 Shades Darker.
Oh yeah.
And before we continue on, are Morgan and Caleb doing anything at like the library or at the cafe? Actually, where's Caleb go to the cafe? I don't remember.
Don't think we said. I just said go into the parking lot waiting at the car for
Yeah.
the crew. But it's usually our routine, like, to go to the cafe, whether we go inside or through the drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
Today it's through the drive-through, and then we're going to the bookstore.
Okay. So I would say you probably see Penelope and Kathy leaving as you guys arrive.
Okay. I'll ask Sebastian, since I'm driving. I'll ask Sebastian to text, like, be like, hey, hey, isn't that Penelope? And then when he confirms it, I'll have him text her asking what she's doing with that one girl.
I almost wrote down in my notes, just off rip, like, I bet they're gonna be like, yo, who's that fucking nerd with Penelope?
Penelope's also a nerd too.
I feel like it's nerd derogatory versus nerd positive.
Right. All right. So does Sebastian send that text to Penelope?
Yeah.
All right. Does Penelope even see or respond?
Yeah, she responds and she just say, just a friend.
And I guess I'll tell Sebastian to text her, letting her know we'll be at the bookstore if she wants to drop by to hang out.
I'll text back saying, of course. I'm kind of busy right now, but I will let you know when I'm free.
And he'll just send back a thumbs up emoji.
All right, cool. She just looks at it and just puts her phone away.
Alright, and then what is Morgan doing anything special during this time? Or he's just still in the library writing up your article / fan fiction?
I mean, yeah, realistically, they're just still writing. The fanfiction's getting kind of spicy.
Oh, spicy how?
Right, no, that's a good point. Not that kind of spicy.
Okay.
Just,
Like you're really amping up the family drama.
yeah.
Okay.
That's...
I will say the librarian will probably come up to you and say, well, okay, is it obvious that you're writing an article about the Great Berry family, or are you kind of trying to keep that quiet?
I mean, the word Great Berry is probably in capital letters at the very top of the page, so probably not the most discreet.
Okay. So the librarian will just kind of like make their rounds and like see you working on something about the Great Berries and say that you might want to, whenever you have time, check out the High Scholar library in town. They have quite the extensive oh my god, my mind just drew a blank on what word I wanted to use. I wanted to say codex, but I know that's not right. Collection. We'll say collection. Quite an extensive collection of resources on their history. If you wanted to get something more in depth than what we have here.
It's like, it's going to take Morgan a few moments to even realize that the library is talking to them. But like once that sort of registers, like they look up at them with like wide eyes and kind of tilt their head, and then they just pack up their things and leave.
Oh my god.
Obviously, to go to the place.
Alright.
I've already forgotten.
I also forgot Holy Scholar Library, not High Scholar. Love that. I love how I'm forgetting my own names.
It's yeah.
Even though I have my
They're
notes
making the-
right there.
The Oregon Trail trip to that library.
Alright. And for the sake of drama, I would say that Penelope and Kathy show up at the same time that Morgan does. And I'm assuming everybody just kind of... Go ahead.
I was done.
Oh, I was just gonna add some flavor and be like, Kathy would like notice Morgan, kind of like get the flashback to like, I've been in your bedroom,
I forgot.
and then just give like, I feel like if Morgan looks over, Kathy will give like the awkward people smile, like the like, you know, when your like smiles a line and just be like,
Mhm.
and give an awkward wave and then immediately go in. Like stiff as anything.
Morgan's gonna mimic that perfectly. Just two awkward people waving at each
Amazing.
other.
No. All right, does Penelope react to this awkward exchange?
Yeah, she just kind of like, okay.
Kathy doesn't respond.
All right, and before we get to the library shenanigans, what is Caleb and the crew doing at the, I almost said the library, Jesus Christ, at the bookstore?
We're just hanging out. This is kind of where we chill after school, do our homework, and then, just relax.
Okay.
Excuse me.
You're good. So we'll go ahead and cut back to the library. I guess, what is Morgan doing when they get there?
So that's a good question. I mean, they're there to research the Greatberry family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that, yeah? So I guess they're going to shuffle towards the, I don't know, like the nonfiction. I don't suppose there's a Greatberry section.
There could be.
The Great Berry Wing.
Yeah, I mean, there is technically a wing there. But yeah, you go to like the non-fiction section. Let me read my own notes. Okay. You find just like very generic information about them that you found earlier. Nothing really in depth like you thought you would get just by going to the nonfiction section.
Okay. So they're a little discouraged, but I guess they would go try to find like a holy scholar, the library.
The librarian.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think we should call them the Holy Scholar.
I agree. That's a
I
pretty badass name.
I couldn't remember if we were at a bookstore or a library.
There are so many different bookstores and libraries at this point. Y'all made a bunch of nerds so that
I just imagine, like, Kathy's dad calls himself the Holy Scholar online.
oh my god, does he post in Reddit forums with that username? Or is he not like a Redditor?
I feel like it's an even more like an online forum that's not Reddit, but it's just like nerds in the community.
So like
Like
very early
Tumblr.
Yes, like very early 2000s website looking kind of
Oh,
forums.
yeah.
Okay. Amazing. Yeah, you do find a librarian pretty easily. There's at least 2 of them working today.
Okay. They're going to go to the less busy looking one.
Okay.
And be like, excuse me, I'm looking for some information on, and they're going to look down at some like smudged ink on their hand. Like the Good Barrel family.
They look at you kind of confused. The Good Barrel family? I'm not familiar. Let me.
Sorry, that's an IE. It's Great Berry. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would look up on the second floor. 1 second, then they turn over on their and like kind of like type something in their computer, and they give you directions to like a certain section. It's not the Gwendolyn section, but it's like right next to it. That's about the town history. So it's on the second floor. God, I already forgot directions on this fucking building. Second floor, left hand side, but like not towards the back end, but more towards the front, if that makes sense.
So, yeah, Morgan's just gonna look up, suddenly realizing that there's a second floor. And then they're just gonna leave without saying anything.
Oh, all right. Let me know if you need any help.
They're gone.
All right, and then what is Penelope and Kathy doing?
I'm just sitting there and waiting. Whatever Sammy needs to do. I got a tear with her.
Kathy will be sitting like in the same place as yesterday. And kind of just whisper to the empty air, like, "Hey, I'm here to talk again. Here's my good friend who kind of knows what's going on. If that's okay." And she'll do the yes/no piece of paper thing in case.
All right. Like the day before, the pencil goes to the yes.
Kathy nods and looks around for her.
You do not see her yet.
Kathy will ask, "Are you gonna show yourself? It's okay if not."
The pencil moved to yes, but I also want to know what Penelope's thinking about seeing that this pencil clearly move on its own. And you can tell that there's no like weird air drafts moving the pencil. Like, you really can't like fully. Oh, I mean, you could probably tell that it's a ghost. Like, how does Penelope react to this?
She look really confused why there's like a pencil moving on its own, but at the same time, is she aware of ghosts or no?
I mean, technically she's aware of Kathy.
Yeah.
I presume she knows she's a ghost if she knows she's dead.
My bad. It's a question.
We never know. No, it's not a stupid question. It's just like, I guess there's the question of other ghosts.
Mm-hmm. I would say you probably could make that deduction that other ghosts do exist. You may not have encountered them before that you know of, but you at least know that they probably do exist. And by probably mean, they do.
And if I talk to not Sammy, Kathy, can she hear Penelope too, or is it like Kathy did? That makes sense. Like, okay, so let's say they're having a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Can that ghost hear Penelope talk too, or is it just always Kathy?
You do not know at this point.
Okay.
Because you haven't asked anything.
Got you, okay. Is she here or? I mean, obviously there's a pencil moving.
You don't see her yet.
Kathy kind of gives a half shrug and is like, she says she's here, but she's not showing herself yet. Then Kathy will kind of make like a bad joke and be like, maybe she's shy today.
Oh, when you say that, that pencil just slams to the no so quickly. Well, not slam, I shouldn't say
Yeah.
slam, like quickly moves to the no section.
Kathy jumps and apologizes profusely.
Alright. What do you guys ask? Or what do you guys say to this ghost that is not showing herself yet?
Maybe we should do like a warm introduction. Well, she knows Kathy already, but Penelope be like, "Hello, I'm Penelope. I am one of Kathy's friends. I just kind of came with her. We're just hanging out today. That's all."
Alright.
Kathy goes awkward and is like, yeah, you know me, haha. Kathy, we met yesterday. And kind of is like, don't worry, Penelope knows about, like, you know, us. And like, if you want, we can ask some questions like this, maybe, or...
Alright, the pencil doesn't move. I'm assuming you're sitting, like, where is Penelope at? Like, if you guys are at the same table, right? That you're at the day
Yeah.
before?
Yes.
Alright, so is Penelope standing or sitting in the second chair? Because there's only 2 chairs at this table.
I'll just stand, because if I feel like if I sit, I feel like there'll be like some force or something.
Okay.
Mhm.
You two see kind of like a misty form appear in the chair. It's not as clear as it was the day before, but you kind of get like little hints that you're talking to the same person.
So she is sitting in the other chair or no?
She, like, you kind of tell that she's sitting in the chair.
Okay.
Kathy smiles and says like, oh, hi. And kind of just whispers to Penelope like, can you see her too?
Slidey. I slightly can. But
Me too, me too.
hard to tell.
Kathy says, it's nice to speak with you again.
Oh, it's nice to speak with you too. And I will say at this point, Morgan, you can kind of see what's going on from across the way.
Sorry, I'm coughing.
No, you're good.
I don't know how obvious it is to them what's going on. I mean, it kind of just looks like they're talking to each other, right?
Yeah, it looks like they're talking to each other, and then you also do see the kind of misty form of Gwen.
Oh, okay. Morgan's not going to say anything, but they're going to kind of inch closer.
Okay. And then going back to Kathy and Penelope, Gwen says, I didn't think you would be bringing a friend with you today.
Kathy turns red like she's done something wrong. And then kind of starts rambling, like, oh yeah, well, we had already made plans to talk, because we both kind of saw the, like, bad energy at the school. And then you talked to me. And I wanted to talk to you too, but I didn't want to, like, back out of talking with Penelope, so I thought this would be, And then she, like, goes into, like, formal talking, like she hears her mom doing, and she's like, I thought it would be conducive for us all to, team up and talk together. Have a conference.
Oh my god. I didn't expect you to be friends with one of them. But anyways, what did you want to ask me?
I was like, Kathy's not entirely sure how to take that. I forget if we established if Kathy knows what Penelope is.
I know you guys were going to DM each other about backstory stuff, so I do not know.
I was the only one who knew.
Oh no, I think she also does know too.
I
'Cause-
I was gonna say if Penelope would disclose that also.
Mhm. Because I had an idea.
I feel like Kathy. Sorry, you go ahead.
You're good. I was just saying, like, I had an idea where I don't want to like any not assumptions or anything, but let's say if this like weird text message say let's meet, and it's say hypothetically if it's in the same area where we both saw each other, we in the kind of our backstory we kind of like we sort of saw each other but we didn't talk. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Mhm.
Maybe there was an initial trauma dump. We don't know. Either way, Kathy's gonna kind of be like, "Oh, that's weird for a ghost to say," assuming it's about that. And then she's gonna just look at how old, I don't say how old the ghost is. I don't know what Gwen looks like, but she's gonna like look at Penelope and kind of be like, is she just being like a bigot or?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy actually. I'm quite nice to you guys actually, so I don't know what your issues say. Penelope's a
Did
little.
you say the ghost?
Hmm.
Do you say this to Gwen?
I did. Yeah, she's a little sassy right now.
Pop off.
You can tell that Gwen is just going to ignore that comment and just turn whatever misty head that she has to face Kathy. And I don't remember the
Kathy
answer
startles. Kathy hasn't asked.
Okay.
I don't remember actually. I don't.
Well, what did you want to
She
talk
can't
about?
question. Yeah. Kathy just says, "You kind of implied something bad has been going on for a while now. I think. Is there anything I could help with? I don't like when bad things are going on, especially not at like school."
Hmm. Maybe you can. I might have left something in my house for that might be useful. I might have a journal in my bedroom that might be able to explain things better.
Kathy just nods and says, "Your house?"
Yeah, the
Presuming
go ahead.
presuming she did more research, she might infer to the big mansion there, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the estate at the edge of town.
Kathy nods. She kind of hesitates for a moment, like she wants to say, like her wheels are turning. She wants to be like, "So are you like breaking in?" Or, but kind of in her brain is also like, "I mean, I'm a ghost. I could probably just walk through the wall." But she will say, "Does anyone like guard it?"
Gwen stops for a second and she replies, hmm. Sometimes there's something there. Just keep the lights on if you must. Don't be too long in the dark. And after she says that, the form starts to like fade away.
Kathy's like wiping sweat off her brow, like, "Oh Jesus, what did we get into?" She says something funny, like, "Oh fudge. Oh fiddlesticks." She'll look at Penelope like, "You wouldn't happen to want to go to like a house with me, right?"
Honestly, anything to. I rather not have you go somewhere alone, so I'll go with you.
Kat kind of shrugs, like, "Well, I mean, I'm fine, but thank you nonetheless."
Hmm.
In her head, Kathy's definitely like, "Can I die? It's fine."
Can I die again?
Damn, R.I.P.
Um, I want to ask, how close did Morgan get during that conversation?
They would be inching closer and closer. I mean, literally as close as they could get without.
Okay.
I don't want to say being seen because I don't think they're being particularly subtle. But
All right. I would say that you would be able to hear that last bit that Gwen said about the estate and then not going into the dark for too long.
okay. I mean, yeah, Morgan's probably. I mean, she's. They're obviously in earshot, so
Mm-hmm.
it's be like the Great Barrier Estate, crazy, right? Anyway, let's go.
Just to clarify, you say this to us?
Out loud, yes,
Amazing.
as though they've been there all along.
Does Kathy even have to roll, or can she just jump anyway?
Do you want to roll? It's up to you if you want to roll. If you want to jump, you can.
Well, Kathy jumps, so she's just always jumping.
Always be jumping.
Actually, for funsies, just make a cold roll because we haven't rolled anything tonight, and it's been like 2 hours. Actually, 3 hours.
Oh shit.
Me, it's gonna be a short session. Also, me. Let's go for 3 hours with no rolling.
If you want more rolls, I'll help Kathy do hers first, then I'll tell you.
I mean, you both can.
Well, there's need to be a particular person to be around.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
You rolled a 4.
Oh, sorry.
But hey, you know what? The good thing about failing is you get a point of experience.
That's good.
Hell yeah, Kathy jumps. She would anyway. That's fine.
All right, and then what's Penelope doing?
She jumps, the paper and pencil go flying, you know.
Again.
You gotta just
Again.
blinks and just go. Sorry to interrupt you, sir, or are you good? I interrupted what Sammy was saying, so.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
Kathy would hastily pick up the pen and pencil, the paper and pencil, kind of like crumple it up, and kind of ask Morgan, "How long have you been standing there?"
Honestly, I wasn't paying too much attention that I heard about the estate. And I realized it pertains to what interests me. Also, you're having just an open conversation in the middle of a library.
Kathy kind of just looks to where Gwen was, and looks back to Morgan, like trying to ascertain if Morgan saw the ghost.
And they did. Did you actually ask her?
Oh, she did not ask.
Okay.
didn't know what you were gonna roll, Penelope.
Hmm.
I just said, I really want to know what you're gonna roll, or are you thinking about rolling?
I was gonna send Sebastian a text. I was gonna roll a hot roll.
No, do it. Hello.
Alright.
All right,
I
wait,
didn't
wait.
know if
What kind of text are you sending though?
to say where you at, cutie.
Oh, okay. All right, and then I'll let Matt decide how Sebastian reacts to this based on the roll.
um,
And any modifier 0, right?
Yeah, just leave that modifier blank. What the?
Holy shit!
Amazing.
You rolled a 10, which is a success. All right, so I'm assuming that you're trying to use the turn them on move, right? From what this text.
I assume she is.
Okay. So, Sriracha, you'll gain 1 string on Sebastian, and then Matt, you can choose a reaction of that Sebastian gives himself to Penelope. You can promise something, or Sebastian can get embarrassed and not act awkward.
Now I'm looking at that move cheat sheet. So it says flirtatious glace. I like that glace instead of glance. What the fuck's a glace? A whispered promise or a goofy smile at the right moment. Can his reply? I hope this would fit into this response. His reply, text wise, would be, or text message wise, would be, you know where I'm at. I invited you to meet up. Are you coming? And then he'd give like a smiley face on there, like hinting a little bit.
Is it the blushing smiley face? Or is it the regular one?
For now, it's just the regular one.
Okay.
The regular smiley face is psychotic.
All right. And does Penelope reply?
What do you send again? Sorry, I just... What?
So you
Oh, gotcha. Oh, so I sent him. I sent him okay, and then or on my way.
Do you even know where we are? Do you remember?
The bookstore, isn't it?
Just
Okay.
making sure.
Sorry, I was trying to help my little brother with something. I do apologize.
You're fine. Okay, so what is the plan for the library group?
Well, first, before I go, I'm gonna talk to Sammy and be like,
Who's Sammy?
fuck, not Sammy, Kathy. I just look at the name like, fuck. I'll look at Kathy and be like, I'm gonna go real quick.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Call
I'll
her text.
text you.
Yeah, call her text if something's wrong. maybe Morgan will come with you, but if something happens, I'll come to you right away, I promise.
Damn.
Okay, we'll talk about when to go to the you know.
Yeah, of course. Wait, no, hold on. No, I feel bad.
I will say, in case you did forget, that there is a party at the estate on Friday.
Okay, you know
I'm pretty
what?
sure
Yeah,
Penelope was let in on that at the very end.
Mhm. I'm gonna send him another text, and then be like, you know what? I'll see you at the party on Friday. Right now, I am kind of caught up on something.
Damn. All right.
Being so like, feel so guilty for saying it.
And does Sebastian respond to that?
I'm sorry. Repeat what was said. I was totally spaced out.
You're good. I said, Penelope sent him another text, be like, you know what? I need to do one more thing, but I don't know if we'll have enough time to meet up again. But see you at the party on Friday.
He'll reply with a thumbs up.
Cool, cool. All right.
Damn. How long? Okay. All right, so what is the plan for... Okay, so are you guys trying to go to the estate today, or are you guys going to wait till the party? For the library group?
Unsure if Kathy knows the party exists, but I feel like she would just plan it on the weekend anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Morgan knows either.
I don't...
Well, about the party, excuse me. I know it was talked about when we were all in the library, like that's how Sebastian told Penelope.
Yeah.
Kathy was there, so Kathy probably heard about it, so she knows. I just don't know if like
Knows the details.
Well, she wasn't invited by like Sebastian, but Penelope could have invited her. Morgan, I believe Morgan was in the library too, just like in the stacks listening, so they know about the party. It's like everybody knows. Just whether or not you got the formal invitation, but then again, it's a high school party. Do you really need a formal invitation?
Exactly.
If you know about it, you're invited.
In Kathy's mind, she would not just show up uninvited.
I think Morgan was actually outside of the library, so they probably
Yeah.
don't know. But also, I think it would be really funny if they just showed up anyway. Like happened to like case the joint. while
You're
the party
low
was going
key
on.
got a tracking device on Caleb's car, and you just show up there on Friday night.
Oh
'cause
my
you're
god.
wherever the
Wearing
car is.
the exact same outfit.
You said Morgan's in programming.
Oh no.
If I had
I don't
to.
know if I need to imply anymore, but
Wait, what's going on? I'm sorry.
oh, I was like, oh, Morgan's in programming, right? Do they just like hack his like account to see what he's wearing?
I don't think they teach that.
They definitely
They don't.
don't.
That's fair.
Lesson
Even
1.
Morgan wouldn't.
Lesson 1: How to hack your fellow students' phones.
I'd imagine.
That'd be awful.
I just want to say I love the characters we've created.
They're great.
I just think they're neat.
All right, and we'll kind of cut back to the bookstore group. Are you guys doing anything?
Nothing in particular. Like I said, it's just really our hangout spot. We're doing our homework. Hold on, sorry, I changed tabs in the Discord here. I need to go back to this. I'm maybe like pre-planning some student body stuff, like just kind of making notes and listing ideas for the next meeting and things to discuss, but nothing super amazing today.
I guess my question is, would Sebastian have I don't want to say, like, visible facial expressions as he's getting these texts from Penelope? Or is he like keeping it like pretty stoic?
He is. Oh god, hold on 1 second. I gotta go to our DM.
Expressive.
That's where I have different
Is
notes.
what I was thinking of.
It's not like super expressive. He's like your typical jock.
Mm-hmm.
But he's on the like dumber side.
Oh no.
Not like that, but like he's the kind of person where it's like he doesn't know if someone is or isn't flirting type thing. So he's just replying to them like they're everybody, like they're, just a friend, a normal person, not catching what was going on, like what was being hinted at.
Mm-hmm.
Even though straight up said cutie, but it's like, okay, everybody says cutie, babe, hun, all that shit, so he didn't take it as anything like specific, I guess.
And would the others in your... Oh, never mind. Actually, would any of them read each other's text messages? Or is that like strictly forbidden?
Forbidden.
Okay. So... my question for you guys is, do we want to fast forward to the weekend? Or is there anything throughout the week that you guys want to do?
I would say before the weekend. Like, I'm presuming Friday afternoon, you mean?
Yeah.
Kathy would try to establish when they're going to the house or house party. Or both. And I guess maybe catch up Morgan on what's going on. Perhaps.
Okay.
If they're coming along.
Yeah. I mean, they're going either way.
They're going either way. I feel like Kathy wouldn't say everything. They would just be like, yeah, haha, ghost hunting, am I right? Looking for an old journal.
And, yeah. Morgan would kind of just explain why they're going. Like, I have to write this article about the Great Berries, and I would love it if at least one of the things was true. So I need that journal.
Kathy said, I guess we both do then. Communal journal.
I don't like the phrase communal journal. I just want to put. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like the way
What
that
are we
sounded.
talking about with communal journal?
Our journal.
That sounds. Never.
What is this journal we're talking about and why?
So, when Penelope was there. When Kathy and Gwen were talking, Gwen said that she left a journal inside the mansion that might have some more answers to it, basically, or answers to what's going on.
Gotcha. Should be like just a family journal or something. Like journal about her family where she kind of like a record book type thing where she makes notes, or is this more of like a private journal?
She did not say.
Morgan. If the journal was an article, Morgan would just discover plagiarism.
Not if you quote it.
If you quote it is correct.
Quote it in MLA format, you're good.
That's nasty.
Make sure you have it cited at the end. Can't be plagiarism that way.
And that's on that. I will say Kathy would not suggest going during the party. Because she's very like, well, I'm not invited. They're gonna bully me. Unless someone suggests it otherwise.
Well, I guess my question is, would you guys try to scope out the place beforehand?
I mean, I feel like Morgan would want to go now. Unless someone told them not to.
I mean, I feel like this. What'd you say, Josh?
What did you say?
Josh said something and I didn't hear him quite.
I said Morgan would want to go now, unless someone told them not to.
Gotcha. Okay. I was thinking, because what Claire just said, maybe we should like scope the place around a little bit, make sure there's nothing like, make sure there's like no one actually there, like waiting for us, or
No obvious cameras.
Yeah, exactly.
Ghost Hunters. Moon.
Cool.
Yeah.
Moonbourne edition.
God.
Welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm also gonna throw it out there that Kathy would inquire about exchanging numbers with Morgan to keep in contact about the journal ? Also,
Yeah.
she would agree to scope me out beforehand.
Like if Kathy asked, Morgan would just hand her their phone, like with the contacts app open, and just hand it to her.
Kathy will enter her contact. And then do the same. You her phone. With the contacts app open.
I'm glad we roleplayed that. But yeah, they exchanged them.
That's just how it would be. They seem awkward.
Yeah.
Penelope's just watching, like, are y'all done yet?
Oh no, she's patient. She's just waiting.
Morgan's whole brand is just not explaining themselves.
Okay. So if you guys do scope out the place before Friday, you would see that it's pretty locked up, and it has like those like really pointy iron gates at the top, or not at the top, but like really pointy iron gates. So it's gonna be hard to climb up. But if you want to try to break in before the party, you definitely could.
Hey, Kathy, don't you wear bobby pins?
No.
No? Oh, okay. I might have some in my room. Also, can this these doors or this gate be lockpicked or no?
Do you know how to lockpick?
That's a good question. I don't know.
How the hell did you learn lockpick, dude? That's my question.
Okay, ignore what I said.
Penelope
I
out here
feel
playing
like-
Skyrim.
Are we all together while doing this, by the way? Are we all there? Just scoping out beforehand?
Would you guys all be there? I leave that up to you guys.
Would we all be at the place, the estate?
But like yeah, but before the party. So I don't think Caleb.
thought it-
I
Would-
feel.
Go ahead.
Unless
Yeah,
we
we-
tell Caleb. Yeah.
I would think it would just be either you two or you three if Morgan was invited.
If Morgan's there, Kathy would definitely kind of be like looking around and then kind of whisper to Penelope, like, I can maybe try opening it from the inside if you like. Give me a minute, I'll go walk around for a second out of sight. Trust me.
And as you get closer, you see like one of those I guess it'd be like a chain and a padlock on it. On like the gates. So either you would need to find a key, lockpick it, or get some bolt cutters. Is that the right thing I'm thinking of? Or try to climb the fence.
Did we establish if there are cameras?
Not from what you can see.
Kathy will just kind of like leave and try and find a hidden spot by the wall.
Okay.
I forget offhand, do we need to do anything or can we just use our moves?
I think you can use your moves unless it specifically tells you to. Which one are you thinking of?
Limitless.
And let me pull that open. Oh yeah, no, you're good. You can just use that.
I mean, she could use either, but she's gonna just kind of walk through the wall. Try to be out of sight.
Okay. And as you do so, you are hit with this overwhelming sense of like dread, despair, depression, and a little bit of anger.
So the normal vibe, okay?
But it's amplified now. It's not your
Oh
normal
no, I
state,
know.
but it's amplified.
It's not Kathy's normal state, but someone else's normal state.
Yep.
Can you repeat that? Despair, anger.
And depression. And I think that is where we can end for tonight. Because we're at like a good spot to end. And I know a good chunk of us are not fully there.
Yeah.
Because I know the 4 hours of sleep were hitting me earlier on, and now they're starting to hit again. The caffeine's wearing off.
Meanwhile, I'm surprisingly awake.
Well, goddamn.
For once.
Fun. I just wish I didn't feel like this.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I hope you feel better.
Thanks. I think I'm gonna go lay down.
Go lay down.